Okay, do I hear a motion for, this is a one-year position. It's got to be renewed or every year. An action item for president. Any nominations for president?
I'd like to make a motion for Mr. Garcia to continue on with another year as president.
There's a motion on the table. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
There's a second as well. Mr. Kim, thank you very much. And then all those in favor?
Can we make comment?
On the item, on the elections themselves? Subcommittee? Make it short, please, because we have a long list. Yeah. The comment.
It's my understanding of the board bylaws that the position of, well, the different positions, president, vice president, clerk, be rotated throughout the board. In my mind, it doesn't say that in the bylaws, but in my mind it's to give different areas kind of that chance to have their elected official be sort of out there in front. And I know this has been done in the past, and I think that it's time that the board follows their own bylaws, and it does say in the bylaws that it's supposed to be rotated. So I want to make that comment. What you're doing is not according to your own bylaws.
You're right, girl.
You're right.
Beg your pardon.
It's in there.
Excuse me, we have a speaker that has the floor right now. Thank you. Okay. So, and thank you for your comment. And appreciate it very much. Okay. I'm going to be asking for a vote on this recommendation or this nomination as well. And second, there's a second. Technically, there is. Mr. Kim, do you have a question?
Well, point of order, yeah. I mean, if it's against the bylaws,
Can't hear you.
I don't believe it's against the bylaws, but we can always correct that.
Mr. President, in the past many years, presidents have had 2 years. It's not
We have a comment from once and Larison, 40 years. Excuse me, Mr. Larson, you had a comment? Before we take a vote?
All I can say is from when I was president and we moved vice president, moved up to president, moved back to wherever, and then we voted on a new VP and a new clerk. I mean, is that how we did it, Mr. Hoffman? I mean, that's
You're
how.
addressing the board, correct?
Well, no, I'm asking Mr. Hoffman is how we did it when I was president. That,
Okay. Thank you for bringing it up. Okay, I'm going to take the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We say, all those against?
nay.
That's 3-2. Thank you very much. We're going to vice president. I'm entertaining this is a one-year position. I'm entertaining a motion for vice president. It passed 3-2. Let me have another nomination for president as corrected. I hear a motion to nominate. Can't get it up. Okay, it's going to be
Mr. Hoffman for president.
I'll second.
second, Mr. Kim. Yeah. Discussion?
I'd just like to make a
Yes, ma'am.
comment. I think that Mr. Kim
Yes.
would be an excellent president if in fact the vice president is not going to be nominated. I think it's a good idea to change it around. Mr. Hoffman had an opportunity to be once before. That's just my comment.
Thank you very much. So there's a motion on the floor and a second by Mr. Kim. Leave it for discussion. Okay. That was a comment from Ms. Barnes.
Get a little clarification on it.
I think that's what's happening right now.
It's in the bylaws that usually people move up, but in the week, I thought about it, that Janet would be next in line, that's in the bylaws. But there's a question now about, and if we elect Janet as president, and if she's gone, then we gotta go through it again. Or the VP would. Assume that, yeah, right, I mean, there's a question. And that's the only.
Yeah, that's a question that's not even related to this, but, other clarification, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, to me, it's news what the president already stated. According to the bylaws, it's not that unless you have something else, Carol. I guess we're bringing a copy of the bylaws, and it is not written in the bylaws that a president has to be every single year different. We need to elect a president, a vice president, and a secretary every year. Yes, that's what it says.
Well, I don't have it printed, but.
Tradition is one thing, and following our bylaws is another thing.
So, Mr. President, the bylaws, it doesn't say like it was expressed here. So,
Thank you very much for doing that research. Okay. Now, we have a second. Motion was second. All those in favor of Mr. Hoffman being president? Okay, none? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Mr. Kim, do you have time, or would you be interested in doing it?
I really don't have the time right now. And
That's what I was
I'm
wondering.
very new at this too. I wouldn't get confident.
Yeah.
Or not.
Need a point of order. Annul the, I don't know if it's technically acceptable or but I didn't hear any votes for a next president motion. I didn't hear it, other than second, yes.
I move Robert Garcia for president.
Second.
Okay. There's a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor, vote. Let me vote all this. No. All those in favor, say yes.
Aye.
Aye. So done. Vice President? Yeah. Vice President itself, your motion?
I move Mr. Hoffman.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion on this?
I do have some time.
Okay, thank you very much. Call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now we have clerk to serve for the 1 year. Motions? We have a motion on the floor.
Mr. Kim?
I'll second that. Okay, we have motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any nays? Okay, we have unanimous on that. This is for next year, correct? Thank you.
Beginning in January.
Congratulations. Okay, congratulations. Okay, determination, this next item is number D. This is determination of the dates, time, location for a regular meeting. Okay. Calendar is before you, correct?
Yeah, I looked at it, it looks good to me. I'll move approval.
Motion to approve the calendar for next year, that's 2015
May I make a
schedule.
comment?
And there's a second on that right now. I'm going to have discussion up here first. Okay, thank you very much. Any discussion on the calendar? Okay. Okay, comment?
Here again, according to, of course, I haven't hit too well tonight on bylaws, but from my recollection of the bylaws, there were supposed to be 2 meetings in February, and I think that's why in the agenda under D, there's kind of a typo, but I think it's because someone removed the month of February. It should see meeting each month is a regular board meeting with the exception of, and it should say February and June. I believe the bylaws say that there should be 2 in February and 2 in June. I know that last year the board didn't follow that according to the bylaws, but I'm just saying that that's what the bylaws say as far as I know, that there should be 2. And I also have a question. I understand that these are called study sessions, but there's nothing in the Brown Act that talks about study sessions like that. And I was wondering if the board could clarify on study sessions. I mean, if you're all having a board meeting, then to me it should have the whole input of people really wanting to address the board, the bargaining units, and so forth, because it is a board meeting, even though the board would like to designate it as a study session. So even though they say study session on there, I was wondering if you could kind of delineate that a little bit as to what that means, because it's not in Brown Act.
To clarify, thank you very much for your remarks. But at the same time, in my experience with study sessions is to the board learning certain information or the general information, specific information about a given case or a given area of interest of the board. At the same time, looking for planning ahead or addressing the issues that staff is having. We need to learn too along the way. Dr. Lusa, can you underscore or add to that?
How many board sessions is up to the board? Right now, this is a meeting where the board decided how often they need to meet. There are some legal requirements that we have to bring, some issues we need to bring to the board, so that's the only reason why in some instances we have 2 meetings a month, because personnel, contracts, deadlines with the state, we have to present it to the board. But it's up to the board how often they meet and how many study sessions they have or how many regular board meetings they have. It's up to you, Board of Education, to proceed. Now, the difference with the study session and the board meetings is when the board, like you said previously, they want to analyze a specific item where they want to learn or go deeper in analysis how to move the district. That's why they have a study session, with a specific topic. In summary, this is your board, this is your meeting, and this is your calendar. It's up to you. How you do business here.
Thank you very much. Ms. Barnes?
I just wanted to say the reason of February, I asked that same question, wondering why we didn't have 2 in February. There's 2 president's holidays, and it was too close together, so therefore there was 1 instead.
Okay, thank you.
I love.
Is there a motion for Mr. Kim?
I just want to clarify that the study sessions are open to the public. And so, people come and they learn about the specific topic as well, and then we do take comments. So it's not like a closed session.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kim.
I'm sorry, can I get public comment on this item?
I can't hear you.
Can I get public comment on this item?
We just did. Yeah.
After hearing
You want-
Dr. Luz's response, I just wanted to add some clarifying information.
Well, you got
Okay.
less than a minute over here.
Thank you.
You're going across the room. Comment? Your name, please.
Hi, Frank Garden, Area 4 parent at Mission Park School. So
I know in the interest of time, I'll try to be very brief, but I did look up the bylaws. At page 42, it does discuss the timing and frequency of the trustee meetings, and it does specifically say the board shall hold at least one regular meeting each month, with the possible exception of July. 2 regular meetings will be held in February and June. So the language of the bylaws is not permissive. It doesn't give the board the latitude to decide which months will have a single meeting and which months will have 2 meetings. And as for the study sessions, I just wanted to clarify, I appreciate Mr. Kim's comments, but at the last study session that we attended regarding the Brown Act training and the Martin Cisneros website presentation, no public comment was allowed. And your bylaws do say that a board meeting exists whenever a majority of board members gather at the same time and place to hear, discuss, or deliberate upon any item within the subject matter of the board or district. So the way I read that, I'm not a lawyer, but if a quorum is convened, then you have to allow for public comment in accordance with the Brown Act.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to move approval of the calendar as noted.
I have a motion on the floor. I have a motion on the floor. Second. As presented? Yes. Discussion? Okay, see none. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Nay. That's 3-2, yes. Thank you very much.
I think we could add it. If we wanted to, we can certainly add one in February
You can always
to
adjust
meet
it.
our bylaws.
Yeah, I mean, why do we have bylaws?
Yeah, that's a guidance. And, we look at all elements before putting the calendar together. When I say we, it's the administration, to the best interest of the board, at the same time, best interest of the public, and you get a compromise in there. Thank you very much.